Míle mágad Alaskan Corlia. Tánaiste more than half of the 2,460 people who have died in this state with COVID have died in nursing homes. In December, 2/3 of the deaths happened were due to outbreaks in nursing homes and in hospital settings. Outbreaks in nursing homes doubled to 52 just last week, and COVID cases increased by 500% in nursing homes last week, leading to 24 deaths in that week alone. And God rest each one of these individuals. Right now, there are 800 staff missing from nursing homes right across the sector. And so critical is the issue that some nursing homes are actually texting family members of residents and asking them to come in and help them. The people who are most vulnerable to COVID have been the most exposed in this. Now, at the start of the pandemic, Simon Harris launched the Be On Call for Ireland campaign. 70,000 people responded to that. Only 200 people were actually employed. Now, I have taken dozens of calls from medical professionals who applied to that but were never employed. And we've seen many newspaper reports with people who have applied but were never employed. You glanced over it earlier, but you haven't answered the question. Why has this critical human resource not been used?
Thank you, Deputy. Tánaiste.
Thanks, Deputy. And the Deputy is absolutely right to raise the issue of nursing homes. And we know that in the first wave of the infection, and indeed the second wave, the majority of deaths that occurred in Ireland as a consequence of COVID involved people who were residents of nursing homes. And that pattern has been similar across the developed world and is mostly down to the fact that people who are living in nursing homes tend to be elderly and tend to be frail in health terms, and that is why we've prioritised, why we've put as number one vaccinating nursing home residents and staff, all of whom will have had or been offered their first dose by next weekend and will have been offered their second dose by the middle of February. So we're putting them first in this regard. In relation to Be On Call for Ireland, I didn't mean to glass over it if that's what I did. I'm just not up to date on the situation there, and I will check it out with Minister Donnelly. But I know when I was up to date on it a few months ago, we ran into real issues with that, in that a huge number of people volunteered to be available, but they weren't necessarily qualified, they weren't necessarily resident of the state. A lot of them were already working in other parts of the health service, including nursing homes, and wanted to move to hospitals. But I will get you a better reply.